Father God, we come to you today with a opening prayer for Oh, you thought you were grown. Please watch over us and guide us and watch our mouths, Lord. Help us help us speak, Lord, and project and just be great. And watch over our viewers. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen and amen.
Amen. Welcome to another episode of
Oh,
Oh,
you
You
thought
Thought You Were Grown.
you
I am Prissy Chryssie, and this is
Debbie Cakes.
we are a weekly podcast. Every Saturday at 1 p.m. we drop a new episode. You can catch us everywhere that podcasts are displayed. YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, you name it. Hey, if you know some places that we not, let us know so we can get there too.
Okay.
All right, and before this is said and all is said and done, I need you all to do me a favor and like, subscribe, and comment. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know if some feedback. We want to hear from you. Let's start our community. Okay.
Yes, please let us know. Give us some feedback of how we doing. If Debbie needs to talk a little louder, because I do talk a little soft sometimes. And if
You
Chris
try
needs to,
to be sexy
unshine
for
her
us.
forehead or something.
Oh
Okay.
no, not the forehead. You know.
Oh my goodness. But today's podcast is about dating and relationships. And of course we got a juicy hot topic for you guys at the end. And stay tuned for one of our most likely crazy pictures or some bloopers, okay?
Uh-huh.
So, Chrissy, are you dating or you single? Are you married? Let me see that rock.
Well, I'm damn sure not married. Okay, let's start there. Okay, I'm not married, but I am in a relationship with my kid's dad. We've been together. We've been rocking for a minute, so.
How long have you been together, Chris?
Damn. Let me do the math. Hell, I don't know. I don't
Grade.
know.
Since the sixth grade, off and on.
Oh no, you know what? I met him in the 8th grade. Oh no,
Eighth?
seventh grade. Seventh grade.
Seventh.
I met him in the 7th grade when I was in the 7th grade. So I've known him like 20 plus years also, and we've been my forever. I always think of that song with the Alicia Keys and Usher. My boo, my boo, my
My
boo.
boo.
Yeah, that's the song because that's my.
Never
But yeah,
forget.
so we've been rocking, trying to figure out this parenting and dating and getting older. Like things ain't the same. It's not the same. It's not. It really isn't. Having kids changes a lot. Growing up with somebody you've known since you were flat chested and becoming a woman, a 30-year-old woman, which is a whole nother life experience. It's difficult, but still it's rewarding at the same time. I love them, hate them, all in the same sentence.
All at the same time. You love somebody. When you can hate them, when you can like, he get on my nerves. I hate him. That means you actually just love that person.
Yeah, it's like you can love him and still be folding his clothes. Like I can't stand this motherfucker folding his drawers. Like look at his plate.
So
Yeah,
like that's a real you thought you were grown relationship. Like he's seen you at like flat chested. He's seen you like as a kid with barrettes in your hair and now as a woman.
And you know that sometimes that transition is hard to see each other like that. Because even for me, like knowing him from a kid and accepting him as a man and becoming a woman for him or being the woman he needs is different for it's just a different dynamic because before you're a teenager you can get away with anything. You cute. You don't really have to do much. You're not looking for much. You don't know what to look for in a relationship, and then becoming being with a man that you've seen grow up, and you kind of grow up together. You really don't say what you need. Because other people outside, you expect them to do it. So when you're in this relationship, you don't. I don't know if I'm making sense. You don't say what
It
you
makes
need,
sense.
and you just looking at the other person like, why are you not doing this without saying it? And then now you bumping heads and feeling some kind of way. Like your needs are not met because no one's actually saying how they've grown and what they now need or expect from the relationship. Man, this is the hardest thing I've ever like. I keep saying this is the hardest relationship I've ever been in. It really is. It really is the hardest relationship I've ever been in. Um, Trying to work, and it's a lot. A lot of times when I try to talk to other people about it, um, they always like, "Oh, I don't know how you do this," or "I would have left a long time ago." But a lot of it is,
Cha, don't look at
See,
me.
I,
I ain't say it. I ain't say it. Maybe I
I,
did say it. I said it. I don't know how you did
but
it or do it.
But a lot of people haven't done what I'm trying to do or what we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
And with kids, it's different. Like it's not only now, it's no longer you two, it's you two plus three other
Three
people.
children. Three children. And we always say, like, even when we met, we be like, this is forever. I don't know what you thinking about, sir. Ma'am. Forever, ever. Like, you ain't going nowhere. Even if, I always say this, even if, God forbid, there is a reason we grow apart and we can't be together, he's going to be my neighbor. You are not leaving me with children. I did not sign up to be by myself with these kids. So you
Yeah,
will live next door. Hey, girlfriend. Like, get somebody who's level headed because we've been through some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like some real things that would normally break people, and we've yeah
gotten stronger.
yeah. I still can't stand them, but
I think that happens. Like we go through things, and the fact that we went through things together, and it's like it made us stronger because you were there for him at those times, and he was there for you at these
right.
times. So it kind of builds a stronger bond.
And not
Although,
only that, a respect. Like no matter what, I respect you because you
well, you
you
had
didn't
three
leave,
kids.
huh?
You have three kids.
Well, not even not outside of three kids, because people break up all the time and they walk away from situations. But I'm saying, even if we have to do that, I respect you in a different kind of way. I see you in a different kind of light. Like I respect you. So that's why I said, like, you could be my neighbor. Like I don't want, just don't do nothing that's gonna cause any bad rifts or bad bloods, because we still gotta raise these kids together. But not that, God forbid it happens, because I'd be devastated. I love little stinking boy. Them. So, but I'm just saying, if it did, I respect him so much that we could just still be cool. We could be neighbors and raise these kids together. Be a family. We're family for life, regardless.
That's good.
What about you?
I don't. I am single, but
Mm.
um, I I was married before and divorced, and I have a sperm donor. But like,
Not the spinal donor.
yeah, definitely a sperm donor. But I still have the mutual respect for them. Like I've never been in a relationship where I don't talk to that ex anymore. Like he pissed me off so bad that I don't have a relationship or I don't talk to out of. Like me and my ex-husband, we're still like cordial. Like
Mm-hmm.
before his relationship now, we would go to the movies, we'll stay hang out. Like I don't have no ill feelings towards him. It didn't work out. I'm not gonna force nothing that didn't work. And I'm gonna move on and live my life. And if we be cordial, we be cordial. But there's not one relationship I can say that I've been in and that I do not speak to that person anymore, or I just do not. We're not Facebook friends or Instagram friends. Shit, I don't give a damn.
I
I'm
believe it.
friendly. I'm that kind of person. I'm
Yeah, you very friendly, because an ex is an ex. Bye.
Yeah,
Toodles.
I'm weird like that. Like they're not in my life, but if I see them in the streets, hey, how you doing? We had that mutual respect. So, because I don't leave any relationship, I guess, ill will. Like we'll talk about and say, hey, this is not gonna work out. Let's just move on. Like it's never nothing crazy. But I am single. I've been single for some time now. Ain't gonna put no date on it because Lord, it's been a while. It has been a while. You tell my business and stuff. But I've been single and
Are you
I
enjoying it?
I love being single. I like not telling people what I'm doing. Like I like to just get up and go. Like I feel like a relationship, if I want to just get up and go, I gotta say, hey, guess what I'm doing? Hey, X, Y, and Z, this is what I'm doing. No, I just get up and do. I don't have to answer to nobody. I ain't got to tell nobody nothing. I love it.
So let me tell y'all about Miss Debbie Cakes over here. When she was married, she was MIA. Okay, she was in her marriage. Okay, those doors were shut. Wasn't nobody get inside her marriage. I had moved down there, and I might have saw her maybe 5 times, and I would have to go to like their family events to see my friend. She was such a wife. Like, but she looked like she was so happy in her zone. You don't miss being married. Like, I just can't believe you don't miss that.
I do miss being married. Like I miss having a routine with someone. Like having that person there to talk about your day and do things with them and talk about topics like books that I'm reading or whatever I'm into. Having that partnership I do miss. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason I was so MIA in my relationship is because I was very submissive to my spouse. And I think when I'm in any relationship I'm that way. I'm very submissive to the person that I'm in a relationship with, you know. But you have to, it's not like I'm just going to be with somebody I'm submissive. No, you have to be giving me what I need, feeding me so I can feed you and we can be together. And it's just like a fortress. And that's how I am in my relationships.
Yeah.
And I
I mean,
always
I'm
get that
submissive, but I'm not MIA.
I am submissive and I'm MIA. Like it's me and my man, which I won't. But we spoke, Christy. All that who lived in Florida, we did speak all the time.
We did speak, but it was like a three-way relationship. Like, it was you, me, and Jay. Like,
Yeah, my husband never left my side, y'all. I ain't
yeah,
get to
he
do
was really there.
He was there,
He,
and like people oh, does that bother you that he was always there and that you didn't have near space? It really didn't.
no,
Like
because you like him. Yeah, I
I
don't.
liked him. I liked being around him, so it didn't bother me.
Yeah, so I'm like you. Like, I don't mind. Like, he could smother me. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like funny like that. I think that's why we work, because we both are like, we could be around each other, but don't have to be
Up under each other.
up under each other. So we get our space. Like, sometimes I'm just like, I just need to be Christy and not your woman, not they mama. I just need to be myself without any requirements. But I think I'm about being in a relationship. I miss the spontaneousness, like the spontaneity. I don't said that wrong, but I
Don't
said
even
that word
ask me,
wrong.
honey. Don't ask
But
me.
yeah, I miss being spontaneous because we have kids and so many of them. It's hard to do like do us how we used to do us, and I miss that.
That's good. Um,
Mm,
I missed just hanging out, just having somebody to talk to. Like there's no man in my life right now, so
mm.
I just do me. But
Yeah, I know that's one too.
it's good.
It's
I'm
funny.
enjoying it.
How was the dating with Noah? Like,
Dating with Noah. Is that my baby right here in the background?
yeah, she done woke up.
Oh, okay. She just chilling though. She's not crying.
She not crying. She like, hey, come get me.
Come get me. Dating with Noah, it has been a challenge. It's like, because I feel like some of these men that I would date, they really want me to like be up under them. But I gotta let them know I'm a mother first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mother first, and then we can do whatever. Let me take care of him, make sure he's okay, and then I'll. And that's how it's gonna be, I guess, in my next relationship. That he's gonna have to.
Your phone needs to be on silent.
That's my computer. My phone is on silent. My computer is not on silent. Sorry, but I just feel like Noah comes first, so it's kind of hard.
Mm.
And I've dated. Noah's about to be 5 now. I've dated several people because I've been single since I've had Noah. So I've dated a couple guys, and only one person met Noah, which is crazy to know. Like
Mm.
I keep him away from people because he's has a addicting personality. Like he is that word to say addicting?
No, he doesn't. I don't think addiction is the right word. Once Noah like has a routine or he knows someone, he's either gonna attach to you or he's not gonna fool with you. And once he likes you, he likes you.
He likes you and he gets used to you and he expects you
Yeah.
to be there. And I don't
Mhm.
want
nobody to
I
feel
think
like
that's like any child too, really, because they'll be asking about people. Like my kids will ask about people they met one time. It's like you don't know that person. Let's move on. Not that I've dated anybody else. I've been with the kids there. Like even when we worked together while we were having kids. I never dated anybody else. I tried to go, like, try to talk to people like twice, but I was too scared. I was
No,
scared.
I jumped right in it.
Mm-mm.
I
I
jumped right.
remember, like, after I had Gaby, because between Mister and Gaby, we broke up sometime between, like, actually, we broke up maybe like 2 weeks before I found out I was pregnant with Gaby, and we weren't together, and I remember after I had him, I had went back to work, and I worked in Midtown Atlanta, and there was a radio station at the building. So I see celebrities all the time, and this one actor was there, and he was just talking. He was a man, and he was talking to me, and I got so nervous. Like he was like, just asking, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Chrissy." He's like, "Oh, I could take you out sometime," or something. He asked me something like that, or for my number or something. And I was like, "I got kids, I got kids, I got kids."
talk to me.
I'm like, "Oh, I got children." And then he was like, "Well, damn, how many kids you got?" I'm like, "2." He's like, "Man, you said it like you had a blessed load of kids, man." I'm just so nervous. I was just so nervous. I don't like people to talk to me like men to approach me
Mm.
while I'm with my kids. That's how nervous I get. Like I start sweating. I don't like it.
Why you think they
So,
can tell on you? Like, daddy, I'm talking to
oh,
a man,
girl,
a man, or
you
what
know
is
my
it?
my kids are Jack A's. Like they really are. They're just like their daddy. Listen, because they would. I remember one time I was in Walmart and a man was just standing next to us, and Gaby would be like, "Daddy, daddy, daddy." And I'm like, that's not your daddy, sir. You know who your daddy is. Stop that. Just embarrass me. And they think it's so funny. They do that all the
All
time.
the
Like,
time.
if men try to talk to me, they will be like, "Daddy." Like, where do you get
And they only 4 and 5, y'all.
that?
They already know the game. It's a game to be played. Okay.
Yes. They embarrass me all the time. So you did tell the people that you've been single since
No.
Noah's been born, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why? How did you? What happened? Like, why did you leave that situation, and how did you know it was time to move on?
Well, me and my baby daddy,
The
we
sperm
had
donor.
this,
I
yeah,
said,
the sperm donor. We had a great relationship. We was doing really good. And then I got pregnant, and it was like, oh, he's so excited. And then I don't know, it's like a switch just changed, and he was like, oh, we shouldn't be doing this. Doing what? There's a baby in here. Like, what are we
it
not
does.
doing?
It
What
does
are we
that.
not doing anymore? Like, but and then we got to back together, and then he asked me to marry him after no, it was like 2 months. We didn't date at all. He was like, you know what? We have a son together. I don't want to live in separate homes. We should get married. And I'm like, but we're not even together. Like, we can't even work this out. And he's like, no, we should get married and move in together. And I said, I'll do it for the baby. That's the thing. People say, I'm gonna do it for the baby. Like, I'm pregnant, let me do it for the kid. Or
Mm-hmm.
I have a child and this is the father. Let me just make it work because he's the father. And I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden he was just moving different. I'm like, no.
While you
There's
were living with him?
while we were just talking, like
Oh,
talking
talking
about
about getting back together.
getting married. Yeah, talking
Uh-huh.
about getting back together and talking about getting married. And it's something just didn't feel right. And I ended up finding out he was cheating, and that was it. That's one thing I don't tolerate is cheating. I tolerate a lot, but that one little thing is just like, that's
Okay,
enough.
go in.
Can't do it. So that happened, and we never got back together, and we
So after you found out he was cheating and you just cut him dry, you didn't go.
cut
Really?
cut it cut it, like, no, no, go past go, and I was okay with that.
You don't do too tough of cheating at all. You have made that clear.
Yeah, that's why I love my husband. I just don't do cheating. It's just one thing that I can't talk. I think once the trust is broken, there's no coming back. Like there can be comeback, but I ain't got time for that. Like I feel like if you did it once, you'll do it again.
Right. I always say that, and I was because we talk about that in our in my relationship about cheating and whatever, and you know I have to reiterate like cheating is a no go. Anything you didn't get out is gone.
Too
Because
late.
if you're cheating now, it's over. I think the hardest part is not the actual cheat; it's the deception and also the work you have to do to work past it. And I'm not up for it. I'm not
Yeah.
up because you really get torn down, and then you got to try to build yourself up. And then for some reason, to me, men don't understand like once you do something, it doesn't automatically get healed. Like you could do something and something feels familiar and re-spark that
All
same energy all over again.
yep.
Oh
Like
man.
being married and him like trying to work things out. Like he'll go to the grocery store and don't take and like go get some peanut butter and take like 20 minutes or more.
Oh,
It didn't take it long. What you was doing, you just
who
get paranoid.
who the hell was at the grocery store? Who take 20 minutes to go to?
Let me
It's
see your
scary.
phone. Why I go through that? It's just too much. It was too much for
And
me.
I always say like you don't want to you you don't want to date me after you cheated on me because I'm not the same person.
Listen, I'm really not. I'm
Mm-mm.
so paranoid. Like, who was that? What you doing? Let me see your drawers. Did you really
Not only
put that
that,
in
I'm
front of me?
mean. Like you
And for me to do
betrayed
that
me.
is a lot.
Yeah, it is. It is. I see women who do it, and I'm like, girl, you better than me. You better than me. I couldn't do it.
It's hard for me. Although I won't say I just it's just too much work. Like I feel like with my son's father, maybe I should have worked in because we have a kid together, but it's too much. Once the trust is broken for me, I'm just that kind of paranoid person already prior to you cheating. Now that you cheated, it's like, damn. So I feel like I'm healed now. Like, you have to go through that process. You can't
Hmm.
bring baggage to a new relationship. So I had to get I had I saw I got I suck I suck. I how can I say it?
Socked?
I sought out I
Not
sorted
socked out. You socked.
sought.
Yeah.
We're gonna learn this English today. I sought out professional help, like
Yeah.
just for healing processes, not only my relationship, but other things in my life. And I was able to learn to let go. So I'm not starting a new relationship with baggage. I'm coming into a new relationship with a clear head, and this is new. This is not Jay. This is not sperm donor. This is not kryptonite. This is a whole new relationship. And
Right.
we're starting off fresh and brand new. So
You know, also, for me, I don't think I have. When I went and got therapy, it was never about my past relationships. I think I don't even know if I've ever like dealt. I don't think I've dealt with it, but I don't think it's a big thing. Like I haven't tapped into that to see like the times that I did get cheated on, if it was a big thing.
it
Um,
it probably was. There's sometimes we hold on to baggage that we don't even know that it's a problem. Like not even like our parents' issues we hold on to and bring them into our relationship. Like
right. Or even raising our children. Like,
raising our children,
oh
we
yeah,
bring that
that's
into our relationship. So it's like you have to seek out help. And this month is actually mental health and awareness month.
oh
So
yeah.
yeah, it is.
I didn't even know that. I should have
Yeah,
known
so people should definitely go and seek therapy
that.
if you feel
Yeah.
like
You're right because sometimes I see a lot of things come up. I always say that like having kids, it brings to light the things that you did not resolve growing up
mhm,
because those fears you project
put
on
it on your
to your
kid.
kids, and there's things that has happened or I've experienced that I haven't told anybody about, and I'm so guarded with my children over them that I'm so scared that I don't ever want them to feel that. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want anybody to take advantage of them in their innocence. And that's why I always keep saying, like, it's important for me, for my children to remain children, one. And two, like, I don't want anything to stop their smile. I
And
don't
to
want anybody
dim
or
their
any.
light,
Say it again?
to dim their light.
Right. And it had to be like someone, Chrys calling it out, their dad calling it out to me, like, you got an issue. That's your issue, and our children are okay. That's your issue. You know what I'm saying? Instead of putting that and projecting that onto the kids so that they live in fear and they can't live their full lives.
And
Because
with me, like, because Noah is autistic and he
mhm,
speaks, but he doesn't like speak in like full like sentences or like tell you what's really going on. He's more of a paraphrase kind of kid. It it scares me to like let go and let somebody watch my child. Like, the only person that watch my child is his real mother, my mom, my grandma. That's what I call her. That's her real.
his real mama.
Go to your mom because ain't got nobody got time for that. But I feel like I'm afraid to let him with a friend or whoever because I just don't know, and I project that fear onto other people watching my kid, or just not even watching my kid, just him not being able to express to me what's going on with him. So I'm extra careful with him.
Right. Even when you go around with people, when you're with him around people,
Hmm.
are you that same
I'm
fear?
very guarded, very
Yeah.
guarded, and I take everything very literally.
No, she is like I call hypersensitive to Noah.
I'm hypersensitive, but I'm learning not to be so hypersensitive because a lot of people just don't understand
Uh
his
huh.
condition. I'm working on it.
Good job, because she will
Not
cut you
everybody.
out real good about that baby. Let me tell you, she gonna read
Zero
your
to 100.
grandmama about that baby, and it'd be like, baby, that's the time to educate the people they don't know. Even though I don't know, maybe because to me, because I have family members who have some spectrum of autism, like from not speaking, their speech being delayed, and not using the bathroom until they're like 8. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not using the bathroom, but like being potty trained to like 8 years old. So I used to watch my little cousin. He was like that, man. So
Oh, man.
yeah, so I understand it in a different way. Like, oh, he'll be, no, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll learn how to express himself. You catch it early. He'll be fine. But Debbie's like, no, don't say that about my baby. And
I snap 0 to 100. But I'm getting better. I'm getting to know that people are not aware
mhm,
of autistic, awareness. They don't know what it is. They just see Noah either hyperactive or not speaking, and they just feel like something is wrong with him.
mhm.
So they already project like, oh, something's wrong with this kid. Let's let me know.
Right. And when people
Not-
don't know things,
and people don't
they
know.
tend
They're
to be
ignorant.
ignorant.
And I get more ignorant. How about that?
Double your ignorance.
I double, bitch. I'm ready. I'm on it. And
But
not in
see,
a good way. I'm going the off
oh,
on you.
yes,
Period. I don't
yeah.
see
I would
nothing.
be like, Debbie, you said what? No, no, Debbie, no.
I have custom family members out. I'm sorry, you guys. I know you guys
Yeah.
watch. I apologize, and I'm getting better.
Yeah, she
I
definitely.
just somebody could like say something and not really mean it, but I just in my mind I take it that way. I'm very hypersensitive when it comes to my child because I only got one, and he's my like he's my everything, and I'm working on not projecting and saying, you know what, they just don't know. You
Right.
know what?
I
Let
mean,
me
I was.
educate them on what's going on with Noah and how
Hmm.
he acts, and this is what he does. And sometimes he take off his clothes, and he just things that I got to let people know. So,
About right.
and
I mean,
imagine dating.
yeah, I was gonna ask you. So, do you think that's another reason why people haven't met Noah is because of your hypersensitivity towards him, or that feeling that you need to protect him? Do you
No,
think?
I don't think it's his autism that's causing me not to let people meet Noah. I think I don't want him to meet somebody that's not serious. Like,
Right.
once I know that you're serious and we're going somewhere, like this is actually going somewhere, then you can meet my child. But if it's just gonna be like a fling or just the hey, let me get to know you and you just playing games, you need to meet my son. For what?
Right.
Why give him that connection when it's gonna be severed because you can get
Yeah,
yourself
serious.
together?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
serious.
And I think that's the other reason why I was not able to move on once we did have those splits or breakups, because my kids are always with me. Like either they're in school but they were young at this time, so they were always with me. Like I was either working or with my kids, and to date someone new, like I would have to have a baby on my hip, like two babies on my hip to be going on dates, and that ain't cute. So, and
No.
it's like they have a dad, so I don't want to put that pressure on nobody else.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's
another thing. I don't want nobody to feel like I want them to be their Noah's father because
hmm
Noah doesn't have one. So I don't want people to feel like I'm pressuring you to be a father figure. Like
right.
my son doesn't have a father, but he has plenty of father figures, like
hmm
his uncles and his godfather, and he has so many men in his life that are guiding him in the right way that my man don't need to be a father figure. I would like that if you're my actual man and you want to be a part of our lives.
hmm
But if you're just somebody I'm dating or just nothing or just going out for eats, why you need to be my child?
Yeah, I know what I noticed though. Normally, stand-up guys like to presume that role, even if you're not dating. Like when we go to the barber shop, the men in the barber shop will, like if I'm just going in there, they'll stand in that role like the enforcer or the father figure or
Father
like the
figure.
uncle, like the guy who sometimes cuts his hair. There's two, like he'll call him Uncle J, or actually both Uncle T and Mr. J. Like they they stand in there and they have that. Actually, I don't mind that. Like in that area, because it's like other men outside of your daddy who will hold you accountable.
Hmm.
I don't mind that. When Noah was going to the barbershop with
You gotta make me emotional. I'm thinking about you right now. You,
about who?
his barber that passed away.
Yeah.
He was a big figure in Noah's life. Like at the time where Noah would start getting a haircut, like at 1, 2 years old, and I was finding out he was autistic. I was like on panic mode, and my barber at the time, his son was autistic, and he said, "He gonna be all right. Don't worry." He was always there and give me words of encouragement. You may he rest in peace. This man was my like, listen, I can't even. I'm getting emotional thinking about it. He was basically my rock. He was my man. We just had a relationship about Noah, and it just like I just loved him. If I had a problem, I had something going on, I can talk to him about Noah, and he would know because his son was autistic, and he was
Yeah, he was really good with Noah. I remember we took the
so
boys
good
to
with
get a
Noah.
haircut.
So good. So now I just cut Noah's hair myself. You see that hypersensitive? I go to the barbershop now and these men looking like, oh, he's too much or he's not sitting still. Don't look at my child like that. I'm talking to
Oh,
you. And so I cut his hair myself now. I don't even go to the barbershop. I just do it
you
myself.
You know what I end up doing? I end up messaging them and letting them know, like, hey, I'm looking for a barber, and I have two sons, and I just let them know in advance. I don't know. That's maybe the mama in me, like.
The mommy in you.
I just let them know, hey, they're coming. They're back to back. They could be a handful,
I've
and
been to barbershops where people will see me and know Noah's condition. I'm like, oh no, I don't want him. You want to
oh
do
yeah.
baby.
See, I reach out ahead of time and let them know, like, can you handle this? If
I'm
you
not gonna
can't,
do my baby like that.
yeah. Because
I,
I do that too, because some people can't really cut, and I'll be like, "No, you said you can cut, so sir,
I can cut now. I'm certified.
look at you. You won't be cutting my baby's hair. That's, no, ma'am. You should do a bald head. You talking about you
I
can cut?
do a bald head. Yeah, he don't need no lineup. He's a baby.
Just give him a bald.
He gonna get the same haircut for the rest of his life. Well, not the rest of life, but until I start cutting, until he's able to being so hypersensitive towards the clippers.
Oh yeah. That's another thing.
So, Chris, what is the topic of the day?
Oh, so this is a couple weeks old, but I just wanted to talk about this to see if you've experienced this before. So on the show, what's the show called? Couples Retreat. Yandy and Mendici are a married couple. Mendici had went to prison for like 5 years, and Yandy was like faithful to him and committed to him and her marriage to him and their family the whole time. And during this retreat, she asked him would he have held her down the same way? And his response was, I don't know. So my question, yeah, girl. Everybody was looking at him like, yeah, what you mean? But I mean, in his defense, he did say he was like, I never been through it, so I don't know. I can't tell you an answer to something I never lived through. But hypothetically, let's say, what have you been through? Have you ever had to hold a man down during jail?
I have. I have. I was really young at the time. And I was dating this guy, and he was older than me, and he went to jail, and I had to basically hold it down. But my thing is, like, he would go to jail all the time, and I would just like, nigga, and he'd be like, he'll go missing, and I'm just thinking like, hey, he's just chilling. Like, we didn't have that relationship where we talked all the time, and he would go missing. He like, you didn't call me. I was locked up. Ain't nobody knows locked up, huh? And I was like 16 at the time. Like, what do you want me to do? And the crazy
Being grown in these people's streets.
being grown, thinking you was grown. Oh yeah.
These
I
people
thought I was grown, you guys. I was only 15 when I got in a relationship, and he was 23.
and
But
should
I
be
did
locked up. Okay, he should have been locked up.
he should have been locked up. But I didn't know. I didn't know he was that old. We were dating for maybe a year or two, and he told me he was 19. I'm like, 19, I'm 15. Okay,
Yeah.
my man is grown. He got a car, he got a house. I was like, I'm thinking I'm grown. And only 15, 16, you guys. And I was so like, he picked me up from school. That was my man. Can't nobody tell me nothing. And he went to jail, and I was like, I would hold it down. I would just, okay.
Would you put money on his books and stuff like that?
No, he'll just call me. What,
And
what
you would
about,
answer the phone and pay for it?
yeah, yeah, he paid
Look at
my
my
phone, so
face.
he paid for it basically. Listen, for 4 years, he paid my phone. Even when we weren't together, he always made sure my phone bill was paid, so he's able to reach me whenever.
When he was locked up, he needed somebody to talk to. That's why he paid that phone bill.
Probably. And I was so young, thinking I'm grown.
Oh no, man. I would have.
I
Yeah,
didn't know he was that old until like 2 years later. So imagine 2 years later, I'm thinking he's only 19. I'm 15. This is gonna work. Okay. And
yeah.
then he's like, you reach for my ID. It's on top of the files. You know, back in the days, you put your ID up there. So I grabbed the ID, looked at the year, I said,
You
19.
old ass motherfucker.
This don't add up as 19. If I'm born 87, you born 1972.
You old dusted jailbird. Like, no, sir.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad I lied to you. Yeah, I am mad. Like,
He should
you're
be
a
under
grown
the jail.
ass man.
Me could be such a predator. It's like, sir.
And I thought I was grown. I looked like I was grown.
And you still talk to him after you knew his age because it was too late then, huh?
It was too late then. It was 2 years in. Like,
He
what
was
am I
already
doing?
invested.
Already invested. I
Well, I've
thought,
been lied to by age, but let me tell y'all my little half a jail story because I ain't holding nobody down. You better do some like um mistaken identity kind of stuff. Okay, it wasn't me. I ain't holding it. I'm not that. I'm not the ride or die. I'm like, why we gotta ride? Where we going and why I'm dying? Like, I'm not her. And so I went on a date. I was young. I was grown though. I was like,
were you really grown?
I was really grown. I was like 21, 22.
That's not grown.
No, I was an adult. I was of
Adult.
age.
Oh,
I
you're
wasn't a teenager.
okay.
And I met this guy out and about, and he wanted to take me out. So we went to the, movies. We went out to eat, and then I had at this time I was living with my grandma, and we didn't go home right away. We were just talking. Actually, this is what I should have known was ghetto because before we came home, we stopped by this little house that's a fucking trap house that Never even saw the house before. Like my mom lived on the street, and I never saw this house before. Like it's on the way to go to my mom's house. I never saw the house before. And he
It
took
was
me to the
in the
thing of
cut.
the house. I should have knew it was done then. But I still had to go home. At this time, I was riding with people. I wouldn't have. Anyways, so let me get through the story. So we're outside my grandma's like neighborhood on the other side, and we're just parked talking, cutting. Good conversation. There's nothing too much. And then all of a sudden, the police pulled up behind us, and he's like, "They're gonna ask who was driving. You're gonna say you were driving." And I'm like, "What? Huh?" He's like, "They're gonna put me in handcuffs." He's just telling me everything that's about to happen. They're about to put me in handcuffs. I'm telling that you were driving. I'm like, okay. So they get up, they come to the car, they ask for his ID. He gives them the ID. And
Was
then
he in the
why
driver's seat?
he was in the driver's seat, I was in the passenger seat. But while he's in the driver's seat, he's throwing stuff from under the driver's seat behind him. I'm like, what is going on? He's like tossing in the back seat, which is dumb because we're in the car still, sir. We're still in the car.
The cops see y'all moving.
Yeah, I'm not moving. I'm like this. So I'm scared. I don't know what's going on. So the police officer comes back. They, just like he said, they put him in handcuffs. They take him to the car. They put him in the back seat. The police officer comes on the other side. He says, "Ma'am, who was driving this car?" Just like he said. I said, he was driving the car.
No ride or die.
No, right? I don't know this man. I'm not riding to die. That's dumb. I don't know you, sir. I just met you. But while he's talking to me, the police officer is pulling tags out of the car. What he was storing back there were tags.
What kind of tags?
So turns out this man's car is the same car that they were doing crimes in. Like they were actually doing crime in his car. They were at some point in time in like Atlanta, a big thing was they would pull up to a store, bust the store out, and grab all the clothes out of the store.
Oh my God.
So he was doing that with his car, and they would just change the tags on the car. They would steal people's tags and change them on the car. So the police officers let me know what's going on. I said, "Sir, I don't know this man. I just met this man. I can show you the text message we just met." Like I'm just giving it all. Like I don't have nothing to do with nothing. So then the police officer texts me. I'm like, "You cannot pull up to my grandma's house and let me out of a police car. Like that, my family would not be able to just leave it
They
alone,
would shun you, girl.
girl." So I'm like, "Just drop me off and I'll walk." But yeah, and then the sucker, when fast forward, he gets, I guess he gets, I don't know how he got my number again, but he calls me and he's like, it's like months later, it's like 9 months later. He's like, "Yeah, I'm out of jail. What's up with you?" Not a goddamn thing, sir. I don't even know you. Don't call my phone no more. What's wrong with you?
That's crazy.
You even asked me to do that. You crazy, sir? That's the most that's the most jail time I'm not her. Yandy's a real one. You're a real one. Cause
I'm a real, if it's my man, if we're married, I'm gonna stay. If you,
you married,
but
you think he will stay?
if I'm married, I'm gonna stay. That's my husband. He was doing time. I was spending the money. You were spending the money. Why not stay? Like
Okay,
you.
that's different. No, see, man, BC did the crime before they got married.
Oh,
She didn't get the benefit of that.
I don't watch these
Mm-mm.
trash TV that y'all watch.
I love it.
I
It's
don't
my
know.
guilty pleasure. But yeah, so he had did the crime before.
They met, and now
Yeah.
he's in jail for it.
No, I wouldn't have. I would have been like divorce. And
You can wait
I
for
don't know
Chris.
what I would have did. I'm lying. Because it was Chris, I don't know.
That's different.
It's different. It was Chris. I'll be writing him.
Holding it down with your pilgrim of children.
Oh, it's old. I'm older now. Like maybe at 20, in my 20s, I wouldn't. But 30s, I would. If it's not nothing dumb, like Chris is not gonna do nothing stupid to lose his freedom.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was like something dumb and I was young, I wouldn't have done it. I don't suggest nobody in their 20s be trying to hold nobody down. Let them go, sis.
Let them go, especially in your 20s. You're young.
Yeah, in your teens, let them go, sis.
I was in my teen. I was in my
Yeah, you
teen.
had no business.
I was a baby. I had no business dating him in the first place.
I would give a damn if he went to juvenile. Let him go. If he went to the detentions,
Let him go. He's not
let him
worth.
go. You don't. What you date? Trying to hold somebody down. You, I swear, my daughter. I promise you, I'm gonna be like to her, like, girl, why you 20? Get to know yourself. These men ain't going nowhere.
Stop thinking you grown.
Don't be in a rush to be trying to commit yourself to somebody
That's gonna
and
be fucked up.
yeah, get to
You
know who
wasted
you
your
are.
youth.
Yeah.
Well, me, I would have been partying because I like being single. I enjoy being single. So I'd have been partying up and living it up.
Oh yeah, if you were married, oh girl, I was partying. While you was married, oh I had fun.
And now that I'm not married, I'm having fun.
And I'm over here like, take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. Just
That is so funny.
saying. Yeah, I was having fun. Like while you was in a marriage.
Yeah, I got married so young, so I thought I
Yeah,
was grown. So I
you.
got married young, and I feel like a lot of that my youth I lost at 6 years.
So you were married from 21 to 27?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I didn't get to I didn't travel. I just worked and took care of my man, and that's all we did. Like, we didn't travel, we didn't take vacation. We
No,
did things like
everything
go
was
catch
about a
up.
family with them.
Everything's about family, and I don't have a problem with that. Like, and you know what? I would do it again. Like, that's something I said I would do again. Like, it's not like I don't regret any of my decisions in life. So, you know.
I say just do it, but still have your separate girls' time and your family
Oh,
time
now
and
if
your
I'm get married
friends.
now, it's gonna be a whole different ball game. I will be submissive, but I would need to have me. I need to have my own identity and be myself and have my own me time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a different I think submission goes both ways. Like the husband has to be able to submit as well as the wife. Like you have to submit to the relationship, whatever's the greater good for the relationship and the family.
Mhm.
I think so. That's my opinion. Who knows? I'm still trying to figure this shit out.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm I'm over here still trying to figure it out. This is hard. Relationships are hard. Uh, the, I can't even imagine like
It's all about communication. I believe communication. Once there's communication in a relationship, everything else will work out. But without communication,
yeah, but sometimes those conversations are hard. Sometimes it's hard to communicate.
but you have to have that conversation. And it took
Yeah,
my last, I won't say relationship, my last person I dated,
situation shoot.
my last what's that called? Entanglement. It wasn't entanglement, but my last entanglement, I learned myself. I learned a lot about myself. I learned how to communicate effectively and let you know how I feel instead of holding it. That's what I was doing in my marriage, holding a lot of my whatever
it
what I was
scared
going
to
through.
ask.
I was scared to ask, scared to talk. I was young, I didn't know better.
Hmm.
Now I'm able to express myself and say, hey, what you're doing I don't like, or can we do this instead? Or even in bed, like having that communication with that person is key. Once you have that communication, everything is fine.
So it's a funny thing. Okay, so from like I started dating at like 15, but I don't count it. I'm funny like that. Like I will dismiss some shit real quick in my life, even though it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Yeah. Stuff start falling off after 7 years. You forget it happened.
Yeah, it's like your credit report. But yeah, so from let's say from like so for my first relationship with Mr. Man, I learned how to speak up because well, first I came in there, I was cocky inside. Like when I came in a relationship, I knew he liked me more than I liked him. He cared about me more, so I was cocky. So I wasn't scared to speak my mind,
Hmm.
but I had this idea that women still were to be submissive to a guy, and it was my job to please him. Even at that young age, that was my idea. Like I had to please him no matter what. And at some point, it started taking an effect on my body. I don't know if I want to be graphic or not, but we were things were just it was too much pleasing him, and
Mhm.
I didn't like it, but I didn't say anything, so it was just like I be in there suffering. And then after a while, I was like, "We're gonna take this elementary, sir. I'm gonna have to draw some pictures. Touch me here. Do this. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to, right here.
Body. This is my head.
I
But
had to do that because I was in pain. Like it was causing pain. And then from from so like I exited that relationship, and then from there to like 26, I was really single, and even though I was dealing and dabbling, I was single, and a couple people I just crossed off. I was definitely single, so
you didn't
I I learned myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I really took that I didn't intentionally take that time to learn myself. It just happened that way.
happen.
Like um I just was like, if I'm gonna get in a relationship, this is what I expect from a relationship. At like 27, I really felt comfortable in
Yes.
asking for what I want. I think at 26 is when I was dealing with the devil, and that's when the devil cheated on me, and I got outside of my mind, and I was like, "Oh, I'm never doing that again."
Yeah. Some people get you to that point where you like kind of lose yourself.
Mhm.
You really lose yourself. My baby daddy, I lost myself. I listen. I almost went to jail. So you like think about it, did that really just happen? Let me double back.
Yeah.
And you become like this other person. Like
Mhm.
it took that it took that situation and me having a newborn baby for me to say, hey, it's not about me anymore. It's about Noah. I don't want to go to jail for no man. So let me get myself together.
Right. Right. I don't even think it was that. I was just like it had made me so. I was just like I wasted my time. I told you what I wanted. I told you what I expected, and you still try to play me, silly boy. And I just, after a while, I start getting like that Palm Beach County start coming out of me, and hey boy,
That 561.
hey boy, I'm not from Georgia. I'm really from Florida. I'm really from Palm Beach County.
And Florida people are crazy. So
Yes, I really am. So, huh. But
born and
yeah,
raised in Palm
yes,
Beach County.
5 6 8 in your face. Like I'm really from Palm Beach. Stop playing with me, sir. I'm not sweet. I'm not one of these peaches. I'm not. Don't play with me, kind sir. And he really did play with me, and I was just like, And then when I went in, when Chris and I started back dating, I went in with the doing. I really did start doing like the insecure. Like I never checked people's phones before,
Hmm.
but I went in with that kind of stuff, checking phones. Oh, you're not gonna play with me, and I don't see it. If you're gonna play with me, I'm gonna know.
Hmm.
So, so that made it really uncomfortable to say the least. But I had to
Grow up.
grow up and decide what's.
I'm not gonna choose violence today.
I'm not gonna choose violence, and what's the worst could happen if he does, because I can't control what he do. If he does, what's the worst that's gonna happen? He gonna lose me. That's it. And just move it on. I don't have to. I don't have to control him. I don't have to uh snoop. We don't do all that. And that's another reason why I think like dating is for grown people.
It really is. And if you ain't grown, you shouldn't be doing it. Like
No,
I
don't
think
do
my
it.
with my entanglement, like we he would do something that made me want to like he's expecting me to curse him out and go off and go crazy. I'm like,
Mm-mm.
no, I don't do that no more.
Do you?
I'm grown. Like we're gonna talk about this. This what you did is what you're not gonna do. This is how
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna handle the situation from there. And that's it. I don't have to cuss you out. Me cussing you out is gonna do what exactly? Like I grew up. I really did grow up out of all these relationships. I'm now a different person. Like the crazy Debbie Cakes is no longer as crazy. I'm very calm. Like I have so much to live for.
Right, right, right.
So it's like no, like I'm not gonna cuss you out. Cuss you out is gonna do what exactly? What am I accomplishing? Saying, "Oh, you's a fuck boy. You an idiot. You're an asshole. I can't stand you while we're doing this." What good does that bring us? Where does that bring us?
Right.
Me putting your self esteem down, and you feeling like you got to find somebody else to bring that up, or I'm gonna tell you what you did wrong. We're gonna talk about it, and this is how we're gonna go. This is how we're moving forward,
Right.
and that's it.
Oh, they don't like that. Oh, when you start setting boundaries and clear boundaries, ooh, that
They're not
hurts
cursing me out.
worse than
It hurts.
cursing
It
out.
does. It
Ooh,
does.
some clear boundaries. So I understand what you did, and that's not acceptable here. So moving forward, we'll operate within these lines. Anything outside of these lines will lose communication.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank
Oh,
you.
they don't like that.
Thank you. That's from management.
Yeah, thanks. Upper management, girl, you have to do that with plenty of people, like family and sometimes friends, sometimes family.
You gotta put them in kind of put them in a spot and just be like that, and that's it.
That comes with age. That you come with age and being assured of yourself. Like it's okay for me to set these boundaries,
Hmm.
and it's really self preservation and self love to have healthy boundaries with people
People,
that can't run
not
over
only
you.
but everybody, even my mother, have to have a healthy relationship. Like say, Mom,
Mm-hmm.
I'm disciplining Noah this way, and you can't say anything about it because this is how I'm disciplining my child, and that's it.
Right. Oh, girl, you have the grandparents. They really be feeling like they the
They
parents.
the parent.
Girl, it's like no, you had your chance of raising somebody, and this is what you got. Nah.
That let's not get. It's a whole different topic. It's a whole different podcast.
Right,
Okay.
right. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up.
Yes, we're gonna wrap it up. Y'all, thank you for rocking with us today. It was fun. It was fun. Let
Mm-hmm.
me know about y'all relationships and if you would stay in jail or
Stay with
hold
a
him down
jailbird.
while he's in jail.
Right. Let us know. Or any have y'all experienced that young? Or what is it like dating with kids? Like for you guys, what are some tips that you can give us or give Debbie? Because
Definitely.
I don't know. Well, give me two in this relationship too. What can we do? All right. Well, that was our episode of Oh,
You
you thought
thought you
you
was
was
grown.
grown. Bye, y'all.